Hey, baby cakes. Nice of you to join me again. There's a HEX Conference going on. Jan 6 to Jan 9. And most people are not paying attention. I can tell they're not paying attention because everybody should be asking me, is this important? Nobody is asking me, is this important? Because everybody's gone. Because it's a bear market. That's why there's edge here. If you are still in crypto and you have seen the prices come down and you want to know where the edge is, you're looking at it right now. And I'm going to go through with it with you, okay? In a rare circumstance, the new crypto tech wave starts and like maybe there's a DeFi season in a new tech and we can get in, wait 3 months, and then it blows up. But we might not get so lucky. We have to read the language of the market and what it's telling us right now. And there are signs of growing network effects, stable, surviving network effects. You have to pay attention. If you are a bookworm, nerd guy, gigabrain, big skull type of dude, and you are reading code and reading white papers, I'm sorry, you're not going to make it. You have a noble cause, but you are focusing on something that no one cares about. 90% of people don't care about the technology. When you connect to Facebook, you don't care about the code. You don't care about the colors and like, is there a mod behind watching me? Where's the advertisement coming from? Where's the server connecting to? You don't care about that. You are there for the content. You are there to follow the people. You are there to join the community. You want to see memes. You want to see posts. You're there for the happening part. Same as other social media. In crypto, same thing. Humans, we belong to tribes. We always seek the tribe. Community, community, community. That's what crypto's all about. When you see a HEX conference, some judgmental people will say, oh, look, we got 37 redacted people to go talk about a Ponzi. I've heard people say that. And I like it. You know why? Because it means we're still early. It's exactly what I want to hear. You think I want to hear the average person saying, oh, wow, man, there's a HEX conference going on. You know, this thing is like really taking over the world. I don't want people to say that. If everyone on crypto Twitter is saying that, I'm the poopy head. And you're the poopy head. Because it means we are late. Look what Bitcoin did in the last cycle. How many people call Bitcoin a Ponzi scheme? No one. How many people actually say Bitcoin's number go up is trash? No one says that. Okay? Everyone used to say that, but they don't say that anymore. They used to call it a Ponzi. They used to say it's never going to go up again. They used to say it was useless. And that's when you had maximum risk, and that's when you had maximum reward. And now, no one's saying that. Michael Saylor, billions of dollars, buys the top. We're not early anymore. Elon Musk, shills it, buys the top. Okay? We're looking at a HEX conference. 37 speakers. 37 speakers. There is edge here. Unfortunately, it's not going to be as easy as someone makes a coin, it does cool tech, we buy it, wait 3 months, and then we get like 1,000x like Synthetics or any of these other DeFi coins. Okay? It's not going to be that easy. But we're hanging around and we're seeing stuff. See, one of the like worst parts of when you hear someone say, guys, just hang around for the bear market, something's going to come along. These people are being disingenuous, I'm sorry. Okay, actually, no, I'm not going to say sorry. They're being disingenuous. It's not that easy. It's not, oh, I'm hanging around. Okay, now what? It's not that easy, man. You don't know what to look for. But you're listening to me, highest value content, YouTube, Twitter. That's why you put me on bell notification. I'm here to tell you what I figured out and share it with you. Very, very high value. And I don't make any money from this. That's the funny part. Because I believe in what I'm doing so much. I don't want your $10 from trading referral links. I want to deliver to you high value content. Maybe I can monetize it in another way, but I don't want you to self-destruct. Okay? Look at all the other YouTube influencers. What are they saying, man? Yo, dude, come and trade, dude, but don't lose it all. That's what they're saying. Because they're not doing this hard work. They're not on Twitter, man. Go look at the backgrounds of all their videos. The houses are all shiny. They're on a holiday. What do they always say? Don't worry, Bitcoin will go up, dude. Don't worry, dude. It's going to be $1 million by the end of the year. Don't worry. You know, I think it's going to be pumping too. But you've got, how much you got to invest? 10 grand, 30 grand, 80 grand. I don't think you're clipping like 700K, 800K. You can't afford to get like a 4X, you know? Maybe if your clip was like 500K, all right, you get a 4X, you make 2 million. I don't think you're going to get anywhere with your cute little $15,000, okay? So you have to pay attention to this. Maximum risk. You want the high rewards, maximum risk. HEX Conference, 37 speakers. Why are 37 people coming to talk about a Ponzi, a scam? Why? Maybe the influencers are wrong, which is good. That's exactly what we want to hear. You think I wasn't called stupid for telling everyone to buy a Doge because it's got the picture of a dog? Of course I was called stupid. I was called a peanut brain. Okay? I was also called peanut brain by a lot of Ethereum people because I bought Solana. I bought Solana in 2020. And I bought BNB. And you know what my reason was? Because the logo is yellow and no one else had a yellow logo. Everyone laughed at me. I promise you. I liked Solana's logo as well. My reason for buying Solana was 1, SBF said he's buying it, and 2, I said it looks like it's a USA country coin and everyone in USA needs a coin. Everyone called me a peanut brain. It went up 102x, okay? There's a method to the madness. You don't need to read these white papers and stuff, but you're listening, okay? You're here. So, unfortunately, okay, we might not be so lucky. We might not be able to ride a crypto narrative. We might not be able to get the next Synthetics 1000x. But there's information here we can take advantage of. Maybe HEX doesn't do 1000x from here, okay? Maybe it only does like a 50 to 100x. Pretty good. It's pretty good to me. Okay, so we can see 37 people here are gathering to talk about HEX, the annual conference. Okay, and I've written here, put down your weapons and listen. You already have. There's a HEX conference about to start with a whopping 37 dedicated speakers. This is a healthy, growing network effect. HEX is a proxy for Pulse Chain. And I'm asking you, do you know of any other crypto doing this? Please share with me. I want to know. Is there XRP? Is there Cardano? Is there Doge? Is there SHIB? I want to see their communities. Are there faces? Are there people shilling? Okay? By the way, if you're new, I love you. When I say the word shilling, it's not a negative connotation. It's tongue-in-cheek. Everyone is shilling something, you know? That guy who tells you, don't invest, you're going to lose all your money, dude. He's shilling, he's like fiat bags. He's shilling fear, okay? Everybody is selling something. So this is just like a general term. Everybody promotes something of some sort, okay? I want to know, are there other communities? I want to go research them. Wouldn't that be great? I get to compare their leaders and their speakers, you know? Does Doge have a conference? I'm going out there doing research. I'm going to keep doing it. If you know of any other communities doing this, please share. Please. Because I tell you now, if this is the home run, I'm sorry, HEX ain't going to be too great in the third cycle. You know why? Because everyone's got their eyes on Richard Hart. I watch all the Bitcoin Maxis. They all watch him. They all bag him out. And they all say he's a great debater and he's so intellectual and he's so smart. They all like revere him. And then they say, obviously, the whole, oh, because he defected from Bitcoin, you know, therefore everything he says is null. But you can tell deep down when you listen to them, when you hear them, it's not just one Bitcoin Maxi, multiple watch him. And you know what that means? If they're watching him as devout disciples of the Satoshi law, that means other people are watching him. So I'm already thinking about cycle 3. We've already binged cycle 2 now. This is you know, cycle 2. This is going to be smashed out of the park. This is free edge, okay? I'm already thinking about, in the third cycle, are more communities going to do this? Are we going to have other community conferences? I don't know who's going to be around. Phantom, Solana, Binance, Polkadot. I don't know if those are going to be the coins around. But you get the point, okay? Because if HEX is a success, if Pulse Chain is a success, people are going to find out, what are these guys doing to win? Well, the good thing is, I can now release this information to you because I've discovered it And I don't care because it's too late now. The bear market's here. Everyone's lost all their money. Everyone's gone. So I can now share this with you, and I know I'm not impacting anyone by sharing it. This is edge for us, okay? This is edge. So, my next post. In case you haven't figured it out yet, every single coin has a leader, even Bitcoin. Satoshi is their leader. He shared his core principles and then he left. He remains there in spirit. And your goal is to pick the coin whose leader can recruit the most people by 2025. Christianity, okay? We are still recruiting people because of Jesus' teachings. He's not here with us now, but the teachings were that powerful, okay? Bitcoin, same thing. Is Satoshi with us now? Does Satoshi have a trading channel saying, yo, dude, sign up to my Bybit leverage chain, woo, buy Bitcoin? He's not saying that, okay? He doesn't need to. He has these, these posts on the Bitcoin forum talk, and it speaks to people so much. So if you're new listening, I want you to know the reason why people actually buy Bitcoin is because Satoshi released a public good to the world and he did not enrich himself. Okay. He did not enrich himself. He made 1 million coins. He did not dump them. He shared his principles. He believed in freeing man and woman. Okay. That is the underlying core. That's actually what Bitcoin is. Bitcoin isn't the logo. Bitcoin isn't decentralized, immutable code and all this stuff, dude. Yeah, that's amazing blockchain. That is the invention itself. But that's not what actually Bitcoin is, okay? Because you can copy paste that anyway. Bitcoin is actually the Satoshi law. Just like we say, what is Christianity? They say it's Jesus' teachings. It's the same thing. And no, that's not a negative thing. That's a positive thing. You want that. You want to hold Bitcoin and go out there knowing that when I come on Twitter, there is a religious fanatic saying, how dare you speak ill of Bitcoin, you scum. There are people who bag me up for that, and I love it. I love it. It's absolutely amazing. There are people, I know, if you're listening, I love you, man, but sometimes when I say Bitcoin is diminishing returns, man, people get angry. They get like really angry. I'm like, ugh. But you got to look at yourself in the mirror, man. You can hedge your portfolio off. You don't need to dump everything. You can just rotate a bit out to protect yourself. But that's good. That's good. That's what we want for HEX, man. That's what we want for all our bags. We want to get to the point in 8 to 10 years where the following is that strong. Why a lot of the Bitcoin Maxis, why they don't like Richard Hart, the real reason is because his teachings exploited the human hunger for number go up. Okay? Because Richard revealed to everyone, hey, why do you even buy Bitcoin in the first place? Oh, because of Satoshi law? And then what he did was a very powerful thing, by the way. It took a lot of balls, okay? What he said was, you go listen to Richard what he says. He goes, you don't actually care about Bitcoin. You just want the price to go up. That was heresy. That's like excommunicate this guy out of the village. Whoa. You know when I first heard that? That actually, I got triggered. Because I had no idea. I'm listening to that. I'm like, what? Excuse me? Because I understand, because I can relate to you. I've got a peanut brain, right? I'm a peanut brain too. We think when people make a code, or if people make a company, or if people make a thing, there is some invisible hand formula out there which gives it value. But that's wrong. Value is only what people give themselves. So, for example, there's no, if a company can trade at a PE of 3 or it can trade at a PE of 30, it still does the same thing. Bitcoin can trade at $1 million or it can trade at $10,000. It still does the same thing. Okay? People don't like saying that. And now you explore, why are people buying it? You're buying it because the number go up, right? Bitcoin Maxis also don't like Richard because this is something, when he said this, I was like, damn, man, this guy's smart, okay? He said, Satoshi never spoke about the Bitcoin halvening in the white paper. Why? And then I thought, well, maybe he just forgot about it. And then Richard says, no, it's because he cares about the price going up. He just didn't want to write about it. So the price go up is very important. And that is like, whoa, it's so profound itself. You got to dig deeper, man. You got to dig deeper. Why did Bitcoin become popular? Because it did the 1000x at the start. It was the moonshot upon moonshot. Let me get the chart out. Is there a chart here I can show you right now? I'm trying to get the chart. Okay. You know what? You know what the chart looks. I'm going to bring it out. I'm just going to bring out the Bitcoin chart, okay? Why did Bitcoin actually get the following? Well, you think because people read the white paper and the code? Yeah, these are the OGs, okay? Why are we all here? You're here because this thing did this percent. 3592176.4%. That's why it's here. That's why it's actually here in society, okay? It's not here because, yo, dude, we can stop the government, dude. We can transfer money, dude. It's here because Satoshi even wrote about this. He says, as the price goes up, you get more of a demand, you get more attention, and will induce FOMO. He actually wrote about that, basically, which is quite amazing to write about it back in the time, right? And that's why I put the halvening in. He put the halvening for the price pumps. It makes you think, man. It makes you think. So that's why the Bitcoin Maxis don't like Richard, okay? I investigated this myself because, why? Because I said, okay, what do I have to lose? I already have full portfolio in Bitcoin. And I said, in the slight chance that this guy has some truth and more people believe him than what I expect, then you can be profitable, right? Because it doesn't even matter what's the truth. It just matters in the next million people that join crypto, if 50,000 believe him and then act and buy HEX, you're going to get a price pump, right? So you don't even need to be right or wrong. It's not about that. It's just, okay, will other people come in? This is why a lot of people, they're too judgmental, man. You're thinking about yourself too much. We're living in this world of social media and Instagram, like me. No one cares about you, man. You got to think about the future. The next million people coming in, the next 100 million people coming into crypto. How are they going to act? You have to think like an entrepreneur, okay? Every single coin has a leader. So this is really, really important to grasp. And when I see 37 people willing to put their faces out there and talk at a conference, and none of the major YouTube influencers are talking about this, it's just screaming at us in the face. It's saying, here is maximum undiscovered reward here. Maximum. There are people who would buy HEX if they heard about HEX on Altcoin Daily, HEX Conference, right? HEX on BitBoy. By the way, that's like 2.4 million subs already. Coin Bureau, that's like an extra 1 or 2 million. That's like 3 or 4 million. Of course, there's cross people, but you get the point, right? Total number of viewers, right? And many other YouTube influencers. Cryptos R Us, George, another 500K. Think of the potential, man. All of them don't report this. BitBoy's friends with Richard, but everyone else basically calls it a scam. They ignore it. They don't want to talk about it. So, whether it's a scam or not, I don't care. And you shouldn't care either. That's asking the wrong question. If you're listening to me, that's why I'm here. It's not about how big your brain is or whatever. You got to ask the right questions, man. And what's the question everyone asking is, what's the best thing that I think is cool that I relate with? That's the question everyone asks, and that's why 99% of people buy the wrong stuff, buy the top, sell the lows, quit, and they end up poor, and they haven't killed it in 4 or 5 years. That's the question they're asking. Because they live in this social media all about me. Well, the questions I'm asking is, I'm a little peanut. F me, don't worry about me. What are the next million people going to think? Once you start thinking like that, now you're thinking like a visionary. Now you're thinking about the future, okay? Now you're thinking of, okay, crypto's got 5% of the world adoption. If we go to 20%, how much is that? 1 billion people coming in. How many people are going to buy Bitcoin in stablecoin? Think about those ratios. Think about the numbers that are going to flow in. Do you think they're going to come in and be like, no, Lord Satoshi, I'm going to buy Bitcoin at $70,000 and make my 2x? Do you think they're actually going to say that? Or do you think they're going to say, give me every JPEG you have in the market? Because that's exactly what we saw in 2021, man. Give me every single JPEG you got. How much is this JPEG? $12,000? Hand it over right now. I was very shocked by that, okay? Give me the memes. Give me the dogs. Give me the low unit bias coins. Tell me, the people that want to hear that stuff's going to change the world. This is just technology. This is the buzz, man. This is what happens. So this is how we're going to play the game. We're going to keep playing the game like this. So this is Edge. 37 speakers. If you're listening to this, I want you to know this. I'm not even trying to promote HEX or anything here. I'm asking you, please. If you see XRP, Cardano, Doge, Polkadot, Kusama, any of these other layer 1 chains, Binance, please send it to me. I want to go look at them. I want to go compare the conferences. This one's going to be on YouTube. Is anybody else doing this? I don't even know. I'm going to go investigate, but remember, I'm only one man. I'm here 18 hours a day, but I still got to sleep sometime. So if you hear of this, if you see of this, please take my message, show your friends, and tell them, hey man, my friend Somi has this, and there's 37 speakers. How much does Cardano's conference have? And you'd be like, okay, there's 7, and they're all scientists. And then we can watch it. Listen to them. How are they talking? If you start falling asleep in like 180 seconds, maybe the next guy's going to fall asleep too. Like, you can get an idea of what's going on like this. We can start to evaluate everything like a community. Because what I always say, the community is the product, not the code. And that's why everyone who works out like, oh wow, look at this all new cool tech here and there. No one cares, man. No one cares. If tech was important, Monero should be literally #1 market cap. You literally hide from the government. And they was like, nah, but I can't be bothered hiding forever. So, I'm kind of just going to like put my money elsewhere, allocate capital elsewhere. Okay? So this is something you got to think about this. we're not here to brag. We're not here to judge. If I teach you, you have eyes and ears out there, and you come back to me and you share with me info. And you know what? You might tell me, hey man, I went and checked everything out and they're all trash and no one's actually doing this. Wouldn't that be great? You know who has a conference? The Bitcoiners, right? The Bitcoiners have a conference. So we might be able to see on YouTube, okay? You remember the Bitcoin conference, right? Bitcoin Conference Miami. Bitcoin conference, man. This is pretty cool. This is what you want to see. If you bought Bitcoin 8 years ago, this is what you want to see. Imagine you bought Bitcoin. It's 2015, 16. Bitcoin is between $200 and $400. And you knew in 6 years, this thing is going to take over the world and we're going to have a conference. You'd be over the moon, man. $200 to 60K is a 300x. That's pretty good. It's pretty good, right? Where are the other conferences? I want to know, Maybe, can we even look at some here, Ethereum conference. There are conferences out there. We want to compare them, But we know there's no edge here. Everyone knows, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Let's see. Is there XRP conference? We're doing this live. There is the Ripple Swell. It's 4 guys sitting on here. We want to see. We have to see. What are they talking about? Because XRP is down 90% after 5 years. I want to know what they're saying. Okay? Is there a Cardano conference? Cardano conference, you know what I mean? This is what Cardano Summit. We have to see who's running these. Is it just the foundation? Because I can bet you right now, Richard Hart has nothing to do with organizing this. This is from Matty Allen. Also said as Matty All In, and he literally is all in on HEX. He did this. I'm telling you, the model works, man. The model works. So, you want to know why HEX succeeds and some others don't? Well, everyone got into HEX, okay, early. And let's assume it was Richard Hart. Richard pumps it. Richard says, here, free market, take all the money in the world. Go do something with it. And what did the free market did? It produced Matty Allen. And Matty said, I'm going to share these good principles to the world, okay? And there's other streamers too. These other 37 speakers that you're seeing, basically, the 37 speakers you see here, they are a product of Richard's pump, okay? That's a very, very crude, basic way to put it. And it worked. I can't believe it worked. But you know why I can't believe it worked? Because I'm a peanut brain. Because Richard, he didn't invent this. He didn't invent this at all. Bitcoin started this first, right? But Bitcoin didn't have an invisible hand buying. It was a free market at the start. It just went 1,000x. So this is where So I want you to understand like why these things work. So Richard, this is why like Bitcoin Maxis, they consider HEX to be like, you're exploiting humanity here. That's why that's how they view it. Obviously it's not like that, but that's how they view it. Because if you go listen to the language, if you want proof, go listen to the language of Max Kaiser. Max Kaiser says Bitcoin was like the Immaculate Conception of Mary. I'm serious. Go listen to him. He says that many, many times. Bitcoin was like Immaculate Conception, right? Where it was like discovered. It wasn't invented, it was discovered, and it came down, and Satoshi is literally God himself. He says that. I'm not exaggerating, word for word, okay? Because Satoshi put code into the world, and then the free market gave it so much value, and it pumped up Bitcoin. Thousands and thousands and millions of X's, okay? So that's why he considers it like that. But why don't they like Richard Hart? Because Richard said, okay, how about instead of like the first 50,000 people buying it, what if it's just one guy? Because what Richard says, smart guy, he goes, okay, what if I do the same price pump, but it's one guy, not 50,000 people? Because you still get the same effect. So that's why I want you to know what's actually happening here, right? Bitcoin went up with 50,000 people buying it, for example, okay? And it went up. But I want to ask you this. What was more important? Was it the 50,000 people, right? Or was it the money? And we're going to type this out. So what's more important, right? The early 50,000 people buying, or the like 3,000x return? And this is where there is a rift. There is an earthquake crack in the crust of the earth, and there's a split. The Bitcoin community say the early 50,000 people are more important here because that is the free market, liberty, freedom, people giving value to this blockchain. And you know, most people think this too. And I thought this too. And Richard Hart proved everyone wrong. He says, I don't actually think you people are as loyal and ethical and moral as you make yourselves out to believe. I really think the emperor has no clothes. And I don't think he shaves either. Okay? And Richard said, I think you're all actually there for the 3,000x return. That is why all the Bitcoin Maxis hate Richard to the core. Because he says, I think you guys don't actually care about saving the world. I think you're there for the price pump. And this is what happened, man. So now I want you to know, we're getting to the deep part of it. That when we pumped this, when we pumped up here, when we went up, remember the last two digits, 1,622x, okay? 1,622x, okay? This pump produced Matty Allen, okay? The guy who made the conference. These 37 speakers. This pump produced Randy. This pump produced Crypto 7, okay? RH Max. There's literally a dude called Richard Hart Maxi, okay? He's a really nice guy. He's really awesome. Love his videos, okay? Produced Crypto Coffee, OG. All these people, I know every single person's name here. I know them. I watch all of them, right? Mr. Hot Dog. Every single person here was produced by this glorious pump, okay? And it worked. It worked. I have a prophecy for the future. You don't want to hear it now, but I want you to know I'm unbiased, okay? I'm telling you now. Richard found the formula and he executed it with perfection, okay? Maybe one day someone challenges this and does it. Maybe. Maybe they have more money. Maybe they tweak a formula. That's possible, okay? I don't want anyone to think we're infallible. Just like how Max Kaiser thinks Bitcoin was the Immaculate Conception. And Richard Hart said, I don't think so. Use it here for the pump, okay? I want you to think about that. I want you to really think about that. Now, we are still early. I am only sharing this with you because no matter what words I put out to the earth, out in the crypto sphere, we can't change anything, okay? It's set in stone. This motion is already enough, okay? There is not enough time for someone to launch a coin, pump it with this much money, 50 million, 100 million, I don't know how much money was put in, only these guys know, okay? And develop this community and whatever, okay? There's not enough time to do that. We will think about that in the next cycle. But I want you to really know what's going on here. This is actually what's going on, okay? And how powerful is it going to be, How powerful. So, remember, my final message as a summary. If you take one thing from this, there are 37 speakers here. And I am please asking you, if you see other conferences, other community members, other coins putting anything together like this, don't bag them out. I want you to share them with me. Well, watch them, man. See what they say. Why do they believe so much? Okay? Why do they believe so much? Until next time, friends, I love you all.